This is the last monetary policy review for 2019, and the Monetary Board met yesterday to discuss the central bank's monetary policy stance for the eighth and the last time in 2019, and for the first time under the chairmanship of Governor Professor Lakshman. And the decision of the Monetary Board was to maintain the accommodative monetary policy stance with policy rates unchanged at the current levels of 7 to 8%. Let me expand on the key factors that were taken into consideration by the Monetary Board in arriving at this decision. Looking at the global economy, we see that the pace of monetary policy easing in advanced economies appears to be slowing. In particular, at the December meetings, the US Federal Reserve, ECB, as well as the Bank of England maintained their policy rates unchanged. But when you look at emerging market policymakers, what you see is that they stand ready to reduce policy interest rates and continue their accommodative monetary policy stances going forward. Looking at the domestic economy, the economy grew by 2.7% in the third quarter 2019, according to the estimates released by the Department of Census and Statistics. And this mainly reflected subdued economic activity in agriculture and services sectors in particular. The agriculture-related activities grew by 0.4% in the third quarter. Industry-related activities grew by 3.3%, and services-related activities grew by 2.8%. Overall growth was 2.7% in the third quarter compared to 1.5% in the previous quarter, which was severely affected by the Easter Sunday attacks. And for the first 9 months, the average growth was 2.6%. Going forward, a steady revival of economic activity is envisaged, supported by improved political stability and measures taken to stimulate the economy. And we also expect that there will be further measures and appropriate medium to long-term structural reforms, which will support maintaining a high growth momentum going forward. Looking at inflation, headline inflation decelerated in November 2019, driven by the slowdown in food inflation. Food inflation in particular, based on the CCPI basket, decelerated from 6.8% to 4.6%. With this inflation, based on CCPI, also decelerated to 4.4% from 5.4% in the previous month. NCPI-based inflation also decelerated from 5.6% in October to 4.1% in November. That was also a result of decelerating food inflation in the NCPI basket. Going forward, we expect inflation to remain broadly below 4% during 2020 and stabilize in the range of 4 to 6% thereafter, with economic activity gathering pace. In the external sector, the trade deficit contracted by US dollars 2.4 billion in the first 10 months of 2019. This was with exports growing by 0.8% in the first 10 months and imports decelerating sharply by 12.4% during this period. Major contributors to the contraction in the trade deficit included the reduction in vehicle imports and gold. In particular, personal vehicle imports declined by 740 million US dollars during this period. That was a decline of 53.2%. And gold imports also declined by US dollars 436 million, which was a decline of 99.5%. The tourism industry has shown a steady recovery since the Easter Sunday attacks. At the moment, the slowdown, the deceleration in the year-on-year growth of tourist arrivals is limited to 9.5%. And workers' remittances recorded a decline so far during the year, but during the month of October, we saw workers' remittances increasing by 1.3%. But in the first 10 months of the year, workers' remittances have decreased by 5.8%. Provisional data also suggests a significantly lower current account deficit in the first 9 months of 2019 compared to the corresponding period of 2018. The rupee has appreciated against the US dollar by 0.8% thus far during 2019. During the fourth quarter, rupee has appreciated by 0.3%, whereas in the third quarter 2019, the rupee depreciated by almost 3%. So throughout the year 2019, we have seen ups and downs in the exchange rate, but the overall result has been an appreciation of 0.8% of the rupee against the US dollar. Official reserves remained at US dollars 7.5 billion by in November 2019. That is sufficient to cover 4.5 months of imports. In relation to private sector credit, we have seen a steady expansion in credit disbursed to the private sector in absolute terms during the 4-month period commencing August 2019. During this period, during the period from August to November 2019, we have seen private sector credit growing by rupees 149.3 billion. But during the first 11 months, the growth of the increase of private sector credit has been limited to rupees 191.8 billion. When you look at the year-on-year growth of credit to the private sector, it has continued to decelerate. In the month of November, the year-on-year growth of private sector credit was 4.4% compared to 5.1% during the previous month. Going forward, the growth of credit aggregates is expected to recover gradually with the expected continued decline in lending rates and the proposed moratorium on bank loans. Driven by low credit expansion, the year-on-year growth of broad money also continued to moderate. Broad money growth decelerated to 6.1% year-on-year in November from 6.7% in the previous month. Market lending rates, which continued to decline, are expected to decline further. If you look at some indicative market interest rates, the weekly average weighted prime lending rate has declined by 220 basis points to 10.04% by 20th December 2019 since the end of April. In the government securities market, we have seen some ups and downs, but the overall trend has been a reduction in government securities market yields. The average weighted deposit rate for December declined by 7 basis points, but the average weighted new deposit rates have increased for the past 3 months, and it increased by 12 basis points to 8.78% in November. The average weighted lending rate has declined by 6 basis points during the month of November. In April, the average weighted lending rate was 14.47%. Now it has come down to 13.65%. The average weighted new lending rate has declined by 32 basis points during the month of November. In April, it was 14.71%. Now it has come down to 12.87%. This is the summary of interest rate movements during the year. The observed reduction in lending rates thus far has been less than envisaged, and financial institutions are expected to meet the stipulated reduction in the period ahead. Considering these, the Monetary Board made the decision yesterday on the monetary policy stance. The Monetary Board was of the view that the current accommodative monetary policy stance is appropriate and that there is ample space for market lending rates to reduce without further adjustment in policy rates. The board also noted 2 factors. The first is that His Excellency the President is expected to announce the government's policy statement on the 3rd of January 2020 that will provide further clarity to the broad economic policy framework as well as the fiscal policy direction for the medium term, and also already announced tax relief as well as the proposed moratorium on capital repayments of bank loans for the SME sector are likely to provide further impetus to the economy. And the decision of the Monetary Board is consistent with the aim of maintaining inflation in the 4 to 6% range while supporting economic growth to reach its potential over the medium term. Thank you very much.
අයිබෝවන් අද දින ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුවේ මුදල් මණ්ඩලය 2019 වසරට අදාළව 8 වන සහ අවසාන මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්ති විවරණය ප්‍රකාශයට පත් කළා. ඒ අනුව ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුව සිය ප්‍රතිපත්ති පොලි අනුපාතික නොවෙනස්ව දැනට පවතින ලිහිල් මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්තිය පවත්වාගෙන යාමට තීරණය කළා. එනම් නිත්‍ය තැන්පතු පහසුකම් අනුපාතිකය සහ ණය පහසුකම් අනුපාතිකය පිළිවෙලින් 7% සහ 8% ලෙස දැනට පවතින මට්ටමේ නොවෙනස්ව පවතිනවා. මෙම තීරණය සඳහා එළඹීමේදී ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහ බැංකුවේ මුදල් මණ්ඩලය දැනට පවතින දේශීය මෙන්ම ගෝලීය සාර්වාර්ථික ප්‍රවණතාවයන් හා අපේක්ෂිත සාර්වාර්ථික ප්‍රවණතාවයන් සැලකුම්ලට ගනු ලැබුවා. මම එම කරුණු ඉතා කෙටියෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට සූදානම් වෙන්නේ. අපි මුලින්ම ගෝලීය ප්‍රවණතාවයන් සලකා බලමු. 2019 වසරේ මුල් කාර්තුවල මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්තිය ලිහිල් කිරීමේ අනතුරුව දියුණු ආර්ථිකවල මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්ති ලිහිල් කිරීමේ ක්‍රියාවලියෙහි මන්දගාමී බවක් පෙන්눔 කරනවා. එහෙත් බොහෝ නැගී යන වෙළඳපොළ ආර්ථිකවල ප්‍රතිපත්ති සම්පාදකයින් ඔවුන්ගේ ආර්ථිකවල ක්‍රියාකාරීත්වය ඉහළ නැංවීමට සිය මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්තීන් තවදුරටත් ලිහිල් කිරීම සඳහා සූදානම්ව සිටිනවා. දැන් අපි ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ආර්ථිකය දෙසට යොමු වෙමු. කෘෂි කර්මාන්ත හා සේවා ආශ්‍රිත ක්‍රියාකාරවල පහළ යාම හේතුවෙන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ආර්ථිකය 2.7ක අඩු වර්ධනයක් 2019 වසරේ තුන්වෙනි කාර්තුවේදී වාර්තා කළා. ඉදිරියේදී වැඩි දියුණු වූ දේශපාලන ස්ථාවරත්වය හා කෙටි කාලීන උත්තේජනයන් හේතුවෙන් ආර්ථික ක්‍රියාකාරකම් ස්ථාවර තත්ත්වයට පත්වනු ඇතැයි අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. මැදි කාලීන හා දිගු කාලීන ව්‍යුහාත්මක ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණ හඳුන්වා දීම තුළින් මෙම වර්ධනය අඛණ්ඩව පවතිනු ඇතැයිද අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. ආහාර උද්දමනයේ පහළ යාම හේතුවෙන් 2019 නොවැම්බර් මාසයේදී මතුපිට උද්දමනයේද පහළ ගියා. කෙටිකාලීන උද්දමනය පහළ තනි අගයක මට්ටමේ පවතිනු ඇති බවට අපි විශ්වාස කරනවා. මැදි කාලීනව එය 4.6ත් පරාසයේ ස්ථාවරව පවතිනු ඇතැයි අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. කෙටි කාලීනව ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන් බදු පහළ දැමීම හා පරිපාලිත මිල ගණන්වල සිදු කළ පහළ දැමීම නිසා උද්දමනය මන්දගාමී වේවි. එහෙත් අහිතකර කාලගුණ බලපෑමෙන් ආහාර මිල ගණන් ඉහළ යාමත් සමගම කෙටි කාලීන උද්දමනයේ යම් විචලතාවයන්ද ඇතිවිය හැකියි. දැන් අපි විදේශීය අංශයේ ප්‍රවණතාවයන් වෙත යොමු වෙමු. ආනයනයේ සැලකිය යුතු ලෙස පහළ යාම සහ වෙළඳ භාණ්ඩ අපනයනවල වාර්තා වූ සුළු වර්ධන හේතුවෙන් වෙළඳ ශේෂයේ හිඟය පහළ ගියා. පාස්කු ඉරිදා සිදු වූ ප්‍රහාරය හේතුවෙන් අඩපණ වූ සංචාරක අංශය ක්‍රමයෙන් වර්ධනය වීමක් පෙන්눔 කරනවා. විදේශීය සේවා නියුක්තියන්ගේ ප්‍රේෂණ ලැබීම් කිසියම් දුරකට පහළ මට්ටමක පවතිනවා. ඒත් සමගම 2019 වසරේ පළමු මාස 9 තුලදී ජංගම ගිණුමේ හිඟය 2000 වසරේ ඊට අනුරූප කාල පරිච්ඡේදය හා සාපේක්ෂව සැලකිය යුතු පහළ යාමක් පෙන්눔 කරනවා. වසර පුරා මිශ්‍ර හැසිරීමක් පෙන්눔 කළ එක්සත් ජනපද ඩොලරයට සාපේක්ෂව ශ්‍රී ලංකා රුපියල 2019 වසරේ මේ දක්වා කාලය තුල 0.7කින් අති ප්‍රමාණය වී තිබෙනවා. 2019 නොවැම්බර් වන විට දල නිල විදේශීය සංචිත ප්‍රමාණය එක්සත් ජනපද ඩොලර් බිලියන 7.5ක් වූ අතර එය මාස 4ක ආනයන ආවරණය කිරීමට ප්‍රමාණවත් වෙනවා. දැන් අපි මුදල් සමස්ත හා පොලි අනුපාතිකයන්හි වර්ධනයන් වෙත යොමු වෙමු. පෞද්ගලික අංශය වෙත බැංකු මගින් ලබා දුන් ණය ප්‍රමාණයෙහි පසුගිය මාස 4 තුලදී ස්ථාවර ප්‍රසාරණයක් පෙන්눔 කළා. ඒත් එහි වාර්ෂික ලක්ෂමය වර්ධනය අඛණ්ඩව මන්දගාමී වුණා. ණය පොලි අනුපාතිකවල අපේක්ෂිත පහළ යෑම අඛණ්ඩ පහළ යෑම හා බැංකු ණය සඳහා ලබා දීමට යෝජිත ණය සහන හේතුවෙන් මුදල් සහ ණය සමස්ත ක්‍රමයෙන් යථා තත්ත්වයට පත්වනු ඇතැයි අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. මන්දගාමී ණය වර්ධනය හේතුවෙන් පුළුල් මුදල් සැපයීමේ වාර්ෂික ලක්ෂමය වර්ධනයද අඛණ්ඩව මන්දගාමී වුණා. අඛණ්ඩව අඩු වෙළඳපොළ ණය පොලි අනුපාතික තවදුරටත් අඩු වෙනු ඇතැයි අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. බරිත සාමාන්‍ය ප්‍රමුඛ ණය අනුපාතිකය එහෙම නැත්නම් AWPR මෙම වසර තුලදී පදනම අංක 220කින් 10.04 දක්වා පසුගිය සතියේදී අඩු වුණා. මේ දක්වා පොලි අනුපාතික අඩුවද ඒ අපේක්ෂා කළ මට්ටමට වඩා අඩු අතර ඉදිරි කාලයේදී මූල්‍ය ආයතන විසින් ණය පොලි අනුපාතික නියම කර ඇති මට්ටම දක්වා පහළ දමනු ඇතැයි අපි අපේක්ෂා කරනවා. මේ සටහනෙන් ඔබට පෙන්눔 කරනවා මේම කාල පරිච්ඡේදය තුළ ණය පොලි අනුපාතිකවල අඩුවීම. ඒ අනුව ශ්‍රී ලංකා මහා බැංකුවේ මුදල් මණ්ඩලයේ අදහස වූයේ දැනට පවතින ලිහිල් මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්තිය යෝග්‍ය බවත් ප්‍රතිපත්ති පොලි අනුපාතික වෙනස් නොකර වෙළඳපොළ ණය අනුපාතික වෙනස් වීම සඳහා ප්‍රමාණවත් අවකාශයක් පවතින බවත්ය. තවද අතිගරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා විසින් රජයේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ප්‍රකාශය 2020 ජනවාරි 3 වෙනි දින ප්‍රකාශයට පත් කිරීමට අපේක්ෂිත හේයින් එමගින් පුළුල් ආර්ථික ප්‍රතිපත්ති රාමුව මෙන්ම මැදකාලීන රජයේ මූල්‍ය ප්‍රතිපත්ති දිශානතිය පිළිබඳව තවදුරටත් පැහැදිලි කිරීමක් සපයනු ඇති බවටත් මුදල් මණ්ඩලයේ අදහස වුණා. ඒත් සමගම දැනටමත් ප්‍රකාශිත බදු සහන මෙන්ම සුළු හා මධ්‍ය පරිමාණ ව්‍යවසාය අංශ සඳහා බැංකු ණය සහන ලබා දීමෙන් ආර්ථිකය තවදුරටත් ශක්තිමත් කරනු ඇතැයි මුදල් මණ්ඩලයේ අදහස වුණා. මුදල් මණ්ඩලයේ මෙම තීරණය මුදල් ප්‍රතිපත්ති නොවෙනස්ව පවත්වාගෙනට ගත් තීරණය උද්දමනයේ 4.6 අතර මැදිකාලීනව පවත්වාගෙන යාමේ අරමුණ සමග අනුකූලව පවතිනවා. ස්තුතියි.
அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கங்கள். 2019ஆம் ஆண்டின் இறுதி நாணய கொள்கை மீளாய்வு தொடர்பாக நாம் இன்று சந்திக்கின்றோம். அந்த அடிப்படையிலே நேற்று நடைபெற்ற நாணய கொள்கை சபை கூட்டத்தில் நாணய சபையானது மத்திய வங்கியின் கொள்கை வட்டி வீதங்களை மாற்றமின்றி 7 தொடக்கம் 8% மட்டத்தில் பேணுவதென தீர்மானித்து கொண்டது. உலகளாவிய அடிப்படையில் நோக்கும் பொழுது முன்னேற்றமடைந்த நாடுகளில் அவற்றின் நாணய கொள்கையை தளர்த்துவது தொடர்பான ஒரு தளர்வான நிலை ஒன்று தற்பொழுது அவதானிக்கப்படுகின்றது. இருந்த பொழுதிலும் தோற்றம் பெற்று வருகின்ற சந்தைகளை பொறுத்தவரையில் அவை தமது பொருளாதார நடவடிக்கைகளுக்கு ஆதரவளிப்பதற்காக இன்னமும் தளர்த்தப்பட்ட நாணய கொள்கை தொடர்பான ஒரு திறந்த ஒரு கருத்தினையை கொண்டிருப்பதை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. இலங்கை பொருளாதாரத்தினை பொறுத்தவரையில் 2019ஆம் ஆண்டின் 3ஆம் காலாண்டு பகுதியிலே இலங்கை பொருளாதாரமானது 2.7% ஒரு மந்தமான வளர்ச்சியொன்றை பதிவு செய்துள்ளது. இதற்கு முக்கியமாக வேளாண்மை மற்றும் பணிகள் துறையிலான தாழ்ந்த வளர்ச்சி பங்களிப்பு செய்துள்ளது. தற்பொழுது நடைமுறைப்படுத்தப்படு வருகின்ற கொள்கை வழிமுறைகள் மற்றும் மேம்படுத்தப்பட்ட அரசியல் உறுதிப்பாடு போன்றவற்றின் காரணமாக வளர்ச்சி உத்வேகமானது படிப்படியாக முன்னேற்றமடையும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இந்த உத்வேகத்திற்கு பொருத்தமான கட்டமைப்பு ரீதியான சீர்திருத்த நடவடிக்கைகள் நடுத்தர மற்றும் நீண்டகால அடிப்படைகளில் ஆதரவளிக்கும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. பணவீக்கத்தினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே முதன்மை பணவீக்கமானது நவம்பர் மாதத்திலே குறைவடைந்ததனை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. இதற்கு குறைவடைந்த உணவு பணவீக்கம் முக்கியமான காரணமாக அமைந்தது. பணவீக்கமானது குறுங்கால காலப்பகுதியிலே ஒரு தாழ்ந்த ஒற்றை இலக்க மட்டத்தில் காணப்படும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. அதன் பின்னர் நடுத்தர காலத்தில் விரும்பப்பட்ட மட்டமான 4.6% மட்டத்தில் காணப்படும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. வரி சீர்திருத்தங்கள் மற்றும் நிர்வகிக்கப்பட்ட விலைகளில் ஏற்பட்ட மாற்றங்கள் போன்றவற்றின் காரணமாக ஒரு தாழ்ந்த பணவீக்க நிலைமை ஒன்று குறுங்காலத்தில் காணப்படும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. எனினும் படிப்படியாக குறைவடைந்து வருகின்ற எதிர்கணிய வெளியீட்டு இடைவெளி மற்றும் நன்கு உறுதிப்படுத்தப்பட்ட பணவீக்க எதிர்பார்ப்புகள் போன்றவற்றினால் ஆதரவளிக்கப்பட்டு நடுத்தர காலத்தில் விரும்பப்பட்ட மட்டமான 4.6% மட்டத்தில் பணவீக்கம் காணப்படும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. வர்த்தக பற்றாக்குறையினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே அதிகரித்த இறக்குமதியின் வீழ்ச்சி மற்றும் மிதமான ஏற்றுமதியின் வளர்ச்சி போன்றவற்றின் காரணமாக ஆண்டின் முதல் 10 மாதங்களில் வர்த்தக பற்றாக்குறையானது ஐக்கிய அமெரிக்க டாலர்கள் 2.4 பில்லியனால் குறைவடைந்து காணப்படுகின்றது. சுற்றுலாத்துறையினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே உயிர்த்த ஞாயிறு தாக்குதல்களின் பின்னர் ஒரு படிப்படியான மீட்சியொன்று அவதானிக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. அந்த அடிப்படையிலே ஆண்டின் முதல் 11 மாத கால பகுதியிலே சுற்றுலா பயணிகளின் வருகையானது 19.6% வீழ்ச்சி அடைந்துள்ளது. தனியார் பண அனுப்புதல்களை பொறுத்தவரையிலே ஆண்டின் முதல் 10 மாத கால பகுதியிலே 5.8% ஒரு வீழ்ச்சி ஒன்றினை பதிவு செய்துள்ளது. தற்காலிகமான தரவுகளின் அடிப்படையிலே ஆண்டின் முதல் 9 மாத காலப்பகுதியிலே வெளிநாட்டு நடைமுறை கணக்கு பற்றாக்குறையானது கடந்த ஆண்டின் இதே காலப்பகுதியில் ஒப்பிடும் பொழுது குறைவானதாக காணப்படும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இலங்கை ரூபாவினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே ஒரு கலப்பான செயலாற்றம் ஒன்று ஆண்டு முழுவதிலும் பதிவு செய்யப்பட்ட பொழுதிலும் இலங்கை ரூபாவானது ஐக்கிய அமெரிக்க டாலருக்கு எதிராக 0.8% பெறுமதி உயர்வினை அடைந்துள்ளது. மொத்த அலுவல்சார் ஒதுக்கினை பொறுத்தவரையிலே நவம்பர் மாத இறுதியிலே ஐக்கிய அமெரிக்க டாலர்கள் 7.5 பில்லியனாக காணப்பட்டு இது இறக்குமதிகளின் 4.5% மட்டங்களுக்கு போதுமானதாக காணப்படுகின்றது. தனியார் துறைக்கான கொடுகண்ணை பொறுத்தவரையிலே ஆண்டுக்கு ஆண்டு அடிப்படையிலே ஒரு மந்தமான நிலை காணப்பட்ட பொழுதிலும் ஆகஸ்ட் மாதத்திலிருந்து கடந்த 4 மாத கால பகுதியிலே உண்மை அடிப்படையிலே ஒரு விரிவாக்கம் ஒன்று அவதானிக்கப்பட்டு காணப்படுகின்றது. எதிர்வரும் காலப்பகுதியிலே எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்ற கடன் வழங்கல் வீதங்களிலான குறைவு மற்றும் சட்ட ரீதியாக இசைவு செய்யப்பட்ட கடன்களுக்கான காலதாமதம் போன்றவற்றினால் ஆதரவளிக்கப்பட்டு தனியார் துறைக்கான கடுகண்ணானது தொடர்ச்சியாக படிப்படியாக மீழ்ச்சியடையும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இந்த தாழ்ந்த கொடுகடனின் விரிவாக்கத்தினால் ஆதரவளிக்கப்பட்டு விரிந்த பணவீக்கமானது ஆண்டு காலப்பகுதியிலே தொடர்ந்து மந்தமான மட்டத்திலேயே காணப்படுகின்றது. வட்டி வீதங்களை பொறுத்தவரையிலே சந்தை கடன் வழங்கல் வீதங்கள் மேலும் குறைவடைவதற்கு எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. சராசரி நிறைவேற்றப்பட்ட வட்டி வீதங்களை பொறுத்தவரையிலே அநேகமான வட்டி வீதங்கள் ஒரு தாழ்ந்த மட்டத்தினை நவம்பர் மாதத்தில் பதிவு செய்ததை காணக்கூடியதாக இருக்கின்றது. உள்நாட்டில் காணப்படுகின்ற வட்டி வீதங்களின் போக்கு ஏப்ரல் மாதத்திலிருந்து எவ்வாறு காணப்பட்டது என்பது தொடர்பான அட்டவணை ஒன்று இங்கு காட்டப்படுகின்றது. இந்த அடிப்படையிலே எதிர்பார்க்கப்பட்ட மட்டத்தினை விட கடன் வழங்கல் வீதங்களில் ஆன குறைவு இன்னமும் மந்தமாக காணப்படுவதால் நிதியியல் நிறுவனங்கள் மேலும் கடன் வழங்கல் வீதங்களை குறைக்க வேண்டும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இந்த நாணய கொள்கை தீர்மானமானது பல்வேறு கருத்துக்களை அடிப்படையாக கொண்டு அமைந்துள்ளது. அந்த அடிப்படையிலே கொள்கை வட்டி வீதங்களில் மாற்றம் ஒன்று மேற்கொள்ளப்படாமல் இன்னமும் கடன் வழங்கல் வீதங்களின் மூலம் ஒரு குறைவொன்றினை ஏற்படுத்துவதற்கான இடைவெளி காணப்படுகின்றது என்பதனை நாணய கொள்கை கருத்தில் எடுத்துள்ளது. அது மட்டுமின்றி ஜனவரி மாதத்தில் மேன்மைதகு ஜனாதிபதி அவர்களால் ஒரு அரசாங்கத்திற்கான கொள்கை அறிக்கை ஒன்று அறிக்கையிடப்பட எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுவதன் காரணமாக பொருளாதார கொள்கை கட்டமைப்பு தொடர்பாகவும் நடுத்தர காலத்தில் இறை கொள்கை தொடர்பான ஒரு போக்கு தொடர்பான ஒரு மேலதிக தெளிவொன்று கிடைக்கும் என எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. அது மாத்திரமின்றி தற்பொழுது காணப்படுகின்ற வரி தொடர்பான சலுகைகள் போன்றவற்றினால் பொருளாதாரத்துக்கு ஒரு ஆதரவு ஒன்று கிடைக்கும் எனவும் எதிர்பார்க்கப்படுகின்றது. இந்த தீர்மானமானது நடுத்தர காலத்தில் பணவீக்கத்தினை 4.6% மட்டத்தில் பேணுவது தொடர்பாகவும் பொருளாதார வளர்ச்சியினை அதன் உத்வேக மட்டத்தில் பேணுவதனையும் அடிப்படையாக அமைந்தது. நன்றி.
Morning, everybody. I will take a few minutes of your time to matters which are not directly relevant to this particular press conference. And also, I will make use of a prepared text so that I will remain within the time which I thought I should take for this presentation. It is indeed a privilege and honor to have been appointed to the esteemed and celebrated position of great consequence, coming as the 15th in the wake of a long succession of great men who decorated this position over the last 69 or so years. This succession of governors started indeed from John Exeter, the author of the Monetary Law Act of 1949, the enabling legislation of the central bank, and also Sri Lanka's pioneer central bank head. The central bank was established, replacing its replacing its predecessor, the currency board system, in the 1950s with the objective of adding to the country's regained sovereignty, the independent decision-making authority in monetary and financial affairs. It is now an institution carrying a great deal of prestige, respect, and credibility. Having managed the monetary affairs of Sri Lanka with responsibility for 6 decades, I am committed to sustain and add to this institutional greatness. I hope to do my best to uphold the great traditions of the central bank built up over nearly 7 decades. I must make particular reference to my immediate predecessor, Dr. Indrajit Kumar Swamy, who has contributed a great deal to re-establish the bank's respect within our socio-economic system in general and the country's financial community in particular. His contribution to firmly establish procedures and practices in central bank governance is here acknowledged to be extremely helpful and facilitating to his immediate successor. Let me express my thanks and gratitude to His Excellency the President, Honorable Prime Minister, and the Secretary to HE the President for selecting and appointing me to this highly responsible and exalted position. As expected of me, I will make every effort to safeguard its reputation and prestige and to fulfill the confidence placed on me by appointing authorities. My work experience has so far been in the academic arena. I have studied and taught central banking as part of courses in economics and development studies, both at undergraduate and graduate levels. I am therefore familiar with central banking theory and practice as academic disciplines. I am also familiar with the historical debates covering the role of central banking, and how different schools of thought viewed that role. This is, however, the first time I am trying my hand as a practical central banker. I very much look forward to learn from my colleagues within the bank, while working, and hope will also be able to, in the process, make my own contribution to Sri Lankan central banking. The bank's large pool of competent, committed, and highly trained human resources, I am sure will provide me the required support in carrying out the functions of my office as the head of the apex financial authority in the country. As you all know, the objectives of the central bank as specified in the MLA of 1949 had listed 4 objectives. The stabilization of domestic monetary values is the first objective. The second, the preservation of the par value or the stability of the exchange rate of the Sri Lankan rupee. The second. Third objective, the promotion and maintenance of a high level of production, employment, and real income in Sri Lanka. The encouragement and promotion of the full development of the productive resources of Sri Lanka. The fourth one. However, in keeping with the worldwide trends in central banking and the rapid changes in international financial markets, the central bank embarked on a modernization program in year 2000. Objectives were adjusted accordingly, bringing them down to 2 core objectives, reflecting the abandonment of the real economy objectives of 3 and 4 in the MLA of 1949. The 2 present objectives are the maintaining of economic and price stability, and the second, the maintaining of financial system stability. These statutory objectives show that the central bank has an important stabilization role as well as a facilitation role in the economy. The country has been struggling with below 5% growth for several years, and growth has now slowed down to below 3%, as previous speakers mentioned, pointed out with long lists of statistics. Although inflation has been contained from the demand side, weather-related food price volatility and dependence on imported commodities constantly threaten cost of living. Statistics on unemployment, available official statistics on unemployment appear acceptable. But they hide issues such as underemployment, low labor force participation, high unemployment among educated youth, an aging labor force, and low productivity. These need to be addressed if the government is to realize its goal of eliminating poverty through effective utilization of labor resources. In the external sector, sluggish export performance, large trade deficits, persistent current account deficits, dependence on debt inflows in the absence of adequate levels of FDI inflows, as well as high foreign financing needs are major concerns. In addition, we need to be watchful of developments in the global economy and financial markets as well. In this context, we hope to engage with the IMF and other multilateral agencies while remaining within the framework of our national policy, to ensure that the country reverts to a sustainable path of reserve accumulation, a prerequisite for exchange rate stability as well. The government is aware of the need for fiscal consolidation, and in addressing long-standing issues in the fiscal sector while supporting the revival of the economy. In the monetary sector, we have seen credit flows coming to virtually a standstill. Monetary and regulatory measures taken so far, as well as the measures that are being contemplated by the government, including the moratorium on capital repayments of bank loans by SMEs, supported by improving business confidence, will result in an acceleration of credit flows in the period ahead. This will also help address the increased NPL ratios of the financial sector. With a revival of economic activity, we expect economic growth to accelerate to around 4 to 4.5%, and inflation to remain below 4% in year 2020. Beyond 2020, with necessary reforms, annual growth is expected to accelerate to over 6.5%, while inflation will be managed between 4 to 6%. All estimates, predictions made by the central bank staff and has been presented to you in the previous presentations. In the present context of subdued growth and development, continuing prevalence of poverty pockets despite poverty alleviation policies of over several decades in the past, and prevalence of unemployment and underemployment at worrying levels, the fiscal and monetary authorities and decision makers in different sectors of the economy are confronted with the challenge of searching and identifying alternative policy sets of greater efficacy than the neoliberal policy set we have been working on so far. I hope to be able to make my contribution in this search for alternatives, working together with the other authorities. The monetary policy announcements made today, we hope will be of positive impact, helping and supporting the various measures announced from time to time by fiscal and other authorities. It is in this overall context that the Monetary Board decided to maintain its accommodative policy stance unchanged at yesterday's meeting. We hope to be proactive, and the central bank will assess the developments in the market and the economy closely and take appropriate action as necessary to maintain economic and price stability as well as financial system stability, the mandated objective of the central bank, of course, working within the overall policy framework of the government. This is a time of important changes in Sri Lankan development policy and practice. Questions are being raised extensively about the validity and relevance of Washington consensus type or neoliberal type of policies to achieve the desired goals of inclusive, sustainable, and shared development. This questioning may also apply to central banking nowadays. I am extremely excited about the opportunity I have gained at a time like this to make my active contribution to Sri Lanka's search for an alternative policy approach to achieve the desired development objectives. Let me finally also highlight and recognize and highlight the important role of mass media in educating the public and improving economic and financial literacy of the public. Media has performed the vital role of questioning the government's and the central bank's action in the economy and the financial market. And we hope media will continue to play the role of a balanced intermediary between the government and the general public, which will help us achieve the ultimate goal of improved social welfare through appropriate policy measures. With that, let me conclude this address. Thank you very much.